Hi, Sarah.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My video. Okay. There we are.
There you are. Oh, here's Phil. Hi, Denise.
How are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good. How's school going, Sarah?
It was going great until yesterday.
Shoot.
But it's going really well. It feels really, really, really normal. And that's the best we can hope for, is that normal's back.
Good.
So, yeah.
Like kind of post-COVID craziness.
Yeah, and like because this group all had middle school, and middle school, though it's horrible, it's where they learn like all like the social skills and all that stuff. So they're coming in like normal freshmen as opposed to weird freshmen. Like they're like what we're very used to. So it's nice. It's nice that that's
Good.
back for sure.
Good.
Thank you for asking. Hi, Philippa.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. John is not able to join us tonight, so we are all here, and I will declare the meeting open. Thank you very much, as always, Denise, for typing up minutes and sending them all out to everybody.
Sure.
Before I forget, I'm going to be not present for the next meeting, so Sarah, would you please chair it?
What's the date? Am I here? What's date is the next meeting?
Denise, do you know when the next meeting will be?
The next meeting will be October 23rd.
Sure, happy to.
Thank you very much.
Are we going to be here? Wait a minute. Hold on. Yes, we get home on the 22nd.
Okay. Okay, terrific. So that piece of business is taken care of. I don't have to worry about that.
Can I just say something about Kristen had emailed, who's been doing so much work at the Arboretum, and said she couldn't make tonight because she has a regular fourth Wednesday of the month meeting. And I just emailed her back and just said, hey, if it was on another Wednesday night, would you be interested in joining us? And she said she was, and that she could meet on the first or second Wednesday evening of the month. And I know we've changed a little bit. I forget all the reasons why, but I just think she could be a really valuable member of this committee. So just wanted to throw that possibility out there if it might work for folks.
It works for us on any Wednesday you pick. So it's whoever has the issues, you can work around them.
Okay. Yeah.
Wednesdays are fine for me.
Yeah, Wednesdays are good.
Wednesdays are good for you, sir? Okay.
I don't know about John because he's town committee, so I'd have to check in with him. But so any other Wednesday would be fine for everybody in this group. So I will check in.
This time is good for us too. It's a good time.
It is okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Excellent.
Philippa, do you want me to? I'd be happy to check with John.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Everybody has had a chance to look at the August minutes. Terrific. Can I have entertain a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
A second? I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Anybody against and anybody no, everybody was present. Okay, terrific. Moving right along then. Treasurer's report. We have $2,465 still in our regular account. And I know that Scott is going to be mowing right before Saturday because he called me to make sure we were doing that last Green Valley walk on Saturday. So he wanted to hold off on mowing, which he normally would have done on Sunday, so it would really look really nice for Saturday. And he's also going to mow for the October last Green Valley events that you're going to be having. And we also have $8,420.85 in the special account. We do, I think I forwarded to all of you Ryan's Bartlett work program, which comes to about $4,000 and something altogether by the look of it. I need to sign it so that we can get the treatment started, particularly the soil treatments. He was very, he talked a lot about there's something is essentially poisoning the trees in that area and needs some treatment. Is everybody okay if I just sign it and get it back to him so he can start doing it?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
the only thing that I thought he might not have to do, because we talked about doing that ourselves, was loosening up the soil around the tree roots. He was gonna take care of the roots that are throttling the trees, but we had talked about that we could pull back the mulch and pull
Yeah,
back.
it was, but it was a little bit more than that. The ones that they have to do is where the tree is girdling itself, you know, with the roots coming over like this. He said there's a way you can get in there and you have to kind of hack it or something.
Right, so I thought we wouldn't do that, but I think we can clear the soil back and the
Absolutely.
mulch back. So
Yes.
I'm gonna let him know that we would like to do that, and that might change, you know, his estimates of what it's gonna cost us. Because I think it's a
But
work,
not the girdling part.
not the
They'll-
girdling, absolutely not.
the
No,
girdling.
keep the girdling in, but keep the girdles and loosen the stays or whatever. Okay, so I will sign that and get that back to him. I want to get him to start on that. Any other comments about the treasurer's report? Any thoughts?
So the money then would come out of the Friends
It
for
would have
that, because
have
it's,
to
yeah,
come out of the friends because
Okay.
it's taking care of the trees, so that would be reasonable. Yes.
yeah, okay, okay. And can you, I'm sorry, Philippa, just reiterate what portion of their recommendation that we're not gonna ask them to do?
Hang on, I have the whole report somewhere here.
The girdles are in, but the what's out?
Pulling
I'm
back the
joking.
mulch away from the
I was
trees.
joking. It's in the section, it's on page 2, and it's the tree and shrub work that would happen in the fall, and it's root collar surgery section. And it was the excavate soil and mulch from the lower stem of the following property items: the silver bell, Carolina silver bells, the yellow wood, the swamp white oak. Excavation will be made with hand tools. And I think we can do that piece. The piece we
I
can't do is the stem girdling roots will be removed if feasible.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to get it in the minutes.
Okay, thanks, Denise. You are so good at this. Thank you so much.
Oh,
You do a fantastic job.
So just, you probably want to just make sure that they don't have to do that work in order to do the two parts aren't contingent upon each other, you know?
Okay, well,
Like
if it's
digging
not-
it out might be part of what they need to do in order to
Ungirdle it.
ungirdle it, so I'm not sure if we're gonna,
have a chance to do it. Okay,
Yeah.
Tom, that's a good point. I will check with Ryan and make sure about that. Yeah, good point there. Otherwise, I just thought it was all looked pretty straightforward. So I will sign it and get it back to him and make that comment if it needs to be done. Any other thoughts about the Treasury report? Okay. Hearing none, moving on to review of work projects. People have been coming by and doing a wonderful job. You'd be very happy, Sarah, with the things that have been happening down there.
Yeah.
I believe that you will, I will give you Eric's contact number, Sandra, and you will talk with him about what job they should do in October, right?
Yeah, and
And we're
what
sort of
we-
having
yeah,
them zipper zap the swamp, right?
yeah, I thought that's what we take a look at, do the swamp area and maybe up and behind, if they have enough time behind the fence on the rain garden.
Right.
But
Up
we,
behind the
Tom and
fence.
I just walked it,
just did a
and they,
whirlwind tour of the, you know.
and they had come back and finished zipper zapping some of the other areas that we had talked about.
Oh, good.
So it's looking really good. I mean, really good. They did a really nice job.
Oh, excellent. I'm very happy. I think we have a very reasonable fee that we're paying them, and they're thinking they're working well for us, which is great.
Yeah, we actually found, there's a couple of tree peonies that have little fences around them in there that we would never saw before. On the way up the hill towards the birds.
Mhm.
And I had never seen them there.
Yeah, no, they are definitely there. They were put in by one of the committee members that was his pride and joy. Yeah.
How, I haven't seen them bloom. Did they do?
They
well?
bloomed. Yep, they bloomed.
Okay, good.
Excellent. The other thing we noticed is that there's chicken of the woods all over the fallen stump down there. So if you don't know that mushroom, it's an orange mushroom that's edible.
Yeah, you
And
want it?
No, I don't, no, I don't like it, but there are a lot of people do. It might disappear if people find there's quite a lot of it, so.
Okay. If anybody on the committee is a mushroom gatherer, no.
We did try some a couple years ago and we didn't find it all that appealing.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
let Phil know. He's into mushrooms and is cooked with the chicken of the woods.
Oh, well, let him know, Denise. He's
I
more than
will.
welcome to it.
As
Yes.
long as,
Yeah.
as long as he goes by somebody else's identification besides mine.
Well,
Okay.
No, but I don't want anybody saying, well,
Yeah.
Sandra said.
Yeah, gotcha.
But that's great. I'm going to go down on Friday at about 10:30 just to make sure that everything is ready for the tour on Saturday. So if anybody is free and wants to come down,
I
Join me.
have a vet appointment at 10:30 with my dog, but I can come by later.
okay, that would be great.
How long are you planning on being there?
I would probably be there for about an hour. So your dog, you may not, I may be gone before you get there. I was thinking about an hour to just weed anything that looks terrible and clean up anything. And I'll see if Kristen wants to come down because she had said that she couldn't come to the meeting, but she'd be happy to help.
Well, why don't you do this? If you find something that you can't tend to, just text me and then I can come a little later in the afternoon and I'll do it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That's great. Okay. Sarah, any chance of any work parties coming up from kids?
Yeah, we're coming down in November and I can give you the exact date.
Okay.
We are coming in on November 14th,
What time?
after school, so 2:30 to 3:45.
Okay. And what group is this?
National Honor Society.
Oh, good. They're good workers. Great.
And then right now on Mondays, we're raking at the Pink House. But maybe in November, I can, if I get permission from the school to use securely as for permission structure, I can go down on Mondays and rake down there during lunch. But I'll see what the school says in terms of permission.
Well,
'Cause
how
it's
did you
right
manage to
school
rake at the Pink House and not with us?
Because the Pink House and National Honor Society have the
Oh, yeah,
reason why we're called our National Honor Society is because of the Pink House.
right. Okay. That's reasonable, I guess.
It is.
Okay, great. That's terrific. So if everybody could put that on their schedules, if they're available to come, November the 14th from 2:30 to 3:45.
Mhm.
Having more adults there to supervise the kids is
Yeah.
always helpful.
Will that be in the minutes for next week? Is that-
Yes.
Okay, I'll just grab it off of that then.
Thank you, Denise. I keep thanking you for all of your efficiency here. You do a fantastic job. Okay. So what we will need to do is probably rake leaves. Get rid of the leaves off the grass and tidy up anything that's dying, any dead branches, get rid of them so that they don't rip and tear. And maybe cut back the wine berries. Yes, I know you don't want to get rid of them and I don't.
I know. Look, yeah, Kristen and I can go at it because we both feel the same way. We're gonna leave all the ones down on the edge for you. They're an invasive species, and so we're trying to do that. And Tom had mentioned that there's a lot of burning bush coming up in the swamp.
Yes, we need to take care of that.
I
Absolutely.
wonder if we zip zap, they probably won't get it. I wonder if the kids could pull. Would that be a project for them?
Sure.
They can, yeah.
Yep.
Be great.
Those in the privet.
The privet, there's privet coming up too. So we just have to do a little identification. November 13th, you said, or 14th?
14th.
14th.
It might be hard to identify. Maybe we can go out and put little orange tags on them.
Well, the burning bush is one you can, that's more easily.
That would be easy to identify. It's the privet that might be a harder one to get hold of, right? And we need to prune that privet that Mary Lou is on her border.
I talked to Tom today when we
Yeah.
were down there, so.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. How is
Yeah.
the fence looking that John fixed? Is there anything left to fix on that, or is that all done?
Which
Did you
one?
notice the fence?
Well, he
behind
did
the-
the fence, I think there was one fence piece that he noticed, but I can't remember.
One piece
Maybe
that he has
when
to
we
do
go on
behind the
Friday.
behind the
Yeah,
rain garden.
that
Yeah.
he-
Yeah.
What time on the 14th, you said 3 PM?
2:45.
2:30 to 3:45, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You'll see us walking down. It's like a parade.
I've got it on my calendar.
Yeah, try to get them to wear the right shoes. Sarah.
I don't live with them. I'm not their parents.
Come on now. Yes, you are.
Like,
You're the super mom. You know that. Okay. Anything else that we should get done in the fall? Do we want to plant any bulbs? Do we want to move anything around? Do we want to move the daylilies around? We've talked about doing that.
Yeah, it's just that we don't really have a plan, so we don't know where we're moving them to. But I was thinking it's like when we were there, the Virginia creeper, you can really see it now. It's really bright green. It's starting to show. And I had been cutting back a lot of the bittersweet, which is starting, you can see it dying and you can see which ones I missed.
Okay.
You know, so maybe we can do a little bit of that.
That would be a good thing to do. Yeah.
You know where Kirsten and I were working on the hill, we didn't
Yeah.
finish, and that might be, you know, for the work kids too, is still pulling out. There was a lot of brush and stuff still in there. So as I said, maybe on Friday I can bring Tom's got this pink tape and we can just put tape around it on so the kids know which ones to remove. Then you
Okay.
don't have to think about it.
Yeah. So, but they're not coming until the middle of November, and I'll be back.
Well, wait, we
Right.
don't want it. Yeah, we don't want
So,
that.
if anybody wants to work down there in October, do contact each other and you know, because I think Kristen likes to go down and work. So you have her contact information, right?
Yeah, I'll go with her in October.
Yeah. And it would be good to do some some of that anti-vine work that's in glorious color right now, so that you can tell which ones they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a great thing to do. Okay.
Was there any other pruning besides that privet over by Mary Lou's fence?
Trying to think. You did a very nice job with this dead tree on the bank that you were working on. Remember, over on the other side, you took out that hole. There was a big dead branch, and there's another big dead limb in there, I think. A dead tree. That if anybody's down there with a chainsaw. Did Tom see it?
I can show it to you.
Okay.
I'll
It's-
show Tom. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a branch. It's not really a tree. You know, it's about this
Okay.
around. So it's very.
Oh, yeah,
doable.
yeah. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. You
Okay.
could probably do it yourself.
Yeah,
Okay, that would be fantastic.
we want to limb up the river birch more?
I'm sorry.
The river birch, does that want to get limbed up more? By any chance?
Mm. I don't know. Do you think it needs to go? The lower limbs need to be taken off?
It's one of the ones that, I mean, we have one that we keep pushing it up higher and higher. It keeps leaping down. It's like it tends to be a nice one it looks good that way. So,
You get to see the beautiful trunk. You're right.
right.
Yeah, that might be a good idea then. Yes, sure. I'd be happy with that. Anybody else got any thoughts about that? This is the tree that's got the beautiful bark that looks like a melon as it peels, and it's outside. It's outside when you walk do the walk around. It's at the north exit of the Arboretum. It's outside. It's right by the rain garden bench.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
It has the beautiful trunk that you're quite right. You don't see it because the branches hang down. In
Yeah,
order to see the trunk, you have to get it underneath. Yeah.
Yeah, Kirsten, I limbed it up a little bit because it was going all the way to the ground, but probably not as much as it could use.
Okay.
I know.
You could
Yeah,
do that, Tom, that'd be great. Thank you.
it gets things started and
Appreciate
puts it so you can actually get in there and do the rest.
Okay, we don't have anything really put together yet for the long-term plan or the what's going to happen with the finances.
Do we have a, is that thinking, do we have a plan to develop the plan?
we sort of had
I'm
a plan.
happy to create said plan. Like, I have no I think we're waiting, now do we have all the quotes? Because then I can make a spreadsheet and say, I can do a write-up. Let me get my right note. I can do a write-up that says why we're asking for, this is about asking for more funds, right? And like getting this on the budget, is that what we're talking about?
And
Okay.
a long-term plan of what we want to have done. And I think when you and I talked, we talked about the steps that we needed.
Yeah,
I mean,
so go
yeah.
ahead.
Go ahead. I just said
I-
we need a drainage
Yep.
thing on the entrance, in
So-
that driveway. There needs to be some kind of an edge put in there. And then the trees that are dying or dead, we need a plan of when they're going to be taken down and removed. And then what we haven't really talked about is what would be good trees to put in instead.
Well, what I was gonna do is, and I want to talk about at this meeting, is do a write-up, just like a brief overview of all the work that's been going on for the past since COVID. Because I know that other people are new, but there's a lot of things with the Arboretum. So like moving forward since COVID, this is all the stuff we're gonna do. And then give, like, within this year, we've come to realize that there's soil contamination or something in the soil. I was gonna add that
Mhm.
we're losing trees. And that we think a result of the reason why we're losing trees is because of the drainage issue. So we have I was gonna create a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, and then a 10-year plan. Within the 3-year plan is that at least like these trees should be removed year 1, these trees, and I think all of this is sort of in the report. These trees should be removed immediately. And then these are trees that we're looking at that could possibly remove. So they can start budgeting, planning that out. So that way, but have a list of like, these have to come down within the year. And then we have and then like make a timeline for either the highway department or if they want to bid out, whatever. Then do the cost so they can see how much it would cost and how come this is what the cost would be. Then I don't know how to go about getting a quote for drainage, but I thought about talking about how we're losing these trees because we think there's runoff coming down from the road and the salt and yada, yada. And we would like all that to be fixed. I am going to assume that is probably close to $30,000, just knowing some of the projects that have happened at school and some of the projects that happen where I live. So then I was going to then talk about the soil. Now we think there's something wrong with the soil in some areas and look at that and come up with sort of like, these are when the trees need to come down. 5-year plan, we want increased soil sampling done. Because if there's something wrong with the soil in one area, something tells me there's probably something wrong with soil everywhere. So we want increased soil sampling done. And that we also want trees to be replaced and we need financial help. That's what I was thinking. Is that what everyone is thinking? Am I forgetting anything?
Wow.
It's a lot.
I
Yeah,
know. My goal was to have it done before I went away for Christmas. Cause I only can work on, I mean, my job, I know we all work really hard, but my job takes me, I'm like not in school for 3 months, like I'm everywhere. So my goal is if I worked on it and I presented a little bit at the next meeting and then the November meeting, and then give you everything at the December meeting. And then as I go along, then we can edit together and make changes. So that way, come January, we're like ready to go to that January finance meeting.
Yeah.
or
Can
whatever
I
meeting
just,
it is.
can,
Yeah.
can I just add into the mix? So Phil, my husband's on the Board of Finance.
Okay, oh, yes, give me
So
info.
we were chatting at dinner and he said, if you guys are working on a long-term plan, you should have it. November is when they start working on the budget for the following year.
Okay,
Even though it doesn't start until July of the fiscal year, but that's when it would be most prudent to have your ask and needs in.
Okay.
as
Could
next.
we just focus on the first, the 1 year or the 2 year plan first and then flush out and just say
Maybe
that
that's for
flush out
November.
the 3 and 5 year, say that we're,
Yep.
you know, we're planning on that. but
Yes,
This is what we feel our immediate needs are.
sure.
That's a great idea, Sandra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I can do just an addendum, like coming soon.
Yeah. Or you can bullet point, you know, where we're going so that they will know that we're working on it, you know, so, or whatever you need to do.
I like that,
There's-
yes.
There's no way to, no reason to stress everybody out. We're just only a few people with,
Yeah.
you know, working on it.
Okay.
But I
It's
think
not gonna-
providing like that, so that way if I have it written up for our October meeting, Philippa, I know you, when are you leaving, Philippa?
I leave on the 5th.
Yeah, I'm not getting
I
it
don't
done.
get back till the 30th, so, I'm
Okay,
gone. from
so if I have it done for the October meeting and we can talk about it there,
Right,
Philippa, then I can at least send it to you, be like, this is what we think is a pretty good final draft edit. And then you can make sure I'm accurate in like some of my historical stuff that I may not be, like when I'm doing the summary. And I'm just gonna take all the quotes and go by the Bartlett, go by what the Bartlett people, the
Mhm.
Bartlett people said about the trees. That's who's their tree guy,
Right.
right? And then say, and then we got these quotes. And we always ask for, we've been getting $10,000 and either this has to come out of the town budget in terms of the highway and you're gonna do it yourself, or we respectfully request that we need this much money to be added to our $10,000.
we never get $10,000, we used to
I
get
thought we
7.
got 10,000.
No, we used to get 7.
Okay, well then I'll look at that.
Certainly we never had 10 while I've been on the committee.
Okay.
We had just 3 this last year?
I'm
How much
sorry,
did- How much did we get this year?
3,000.
Three.
Okay,
I mean,
I
there's a
still
lot of
have
work
all
to
that
be done. I mean, you know, just getting the rain garden functioning would be, you know, and getting, like you said, that salt runoff that's going right down.
Yep.
Right down that hill and killing going in there and killing all the trees. You can almost walk it and see all
Yep.
the trees in its
Right.
path that are dead.
Sarah, that would be wonderful if you would do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for that information, Denise, about getting it into
Yes.
November, because we were, we were way behind the
Yeah.
8th wall last year, so that this is much, much, much better.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay. I have picked up the stuff for the last Green Valley. So I will get it to John on Saturday. And so you all have both, it's Denise and Sandra, you're going to be helping him those weekends in October. I have T-shirts for you. I have the signs. I have the sign-in sheets.
And John is clear that I know nothing or very little about the trees.
I'm writing up a script right now. I'm
I'm
I
really good with the weeds and the invasives.
I am going through, I'm at tree number 8 at the moment because I've included trees that I didn't normally talk about, so that you will all have a copy of all of the stuff that I normally say and know about the trees. I've been researching one and putting in all the stuff. So you'll have a script that you can either drop or use or whatever, but it'll all be there in there.
Okay,
Can I mention, I've just with the weekend that I said, the 19th and 20th, with a grandson soccer game and some friends that are coming to visit. I have issues with those now and didn't know if somebody else might be able to be there with John. I mean, I don't know that he's gonna need somebody else, but I
What
just
dates are it? What are the dates?
it's the Saturday, the 19th and Sunday, the 20th.
we're gone. We're gone to Florida.
Let me
Okay.
see. The 19th and 20th. What time on?
Um,
Okay,
The 19th is listed as 12 to 2 and the 20th is 1 to 2.
the 19th is, I can't do the 19th, it's homecoming, I'll be at school, but I can do the 20th.
Maybe
What-
Kirsten, could we ask Kirsten if she could do the 19th? Would she be willing?
Well, she's not on the committee, so
She could come as a volunteer.
she could,
Right.
absolutely. I can ask.
Yeah.
What time on the 20th, Denise, so I can put it on my calendar?
It's 1 to 2.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Philippa, do you want me to ask her?
Um,
Since
Well,
Or can you,
if she's going to, well, you could ask her, sure, Denise, if you'd like to. Yes, absolutely.
no, but I mean, I just didn't want to put it on you when it's my,
That's all right. I'm happy to ask her.
Okay.
I'm hoping to have her come on Friday morning to do some
okay,
reading with me, so I can
okay,
ask
if you
her
could
then.
ask her, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay, I will definitely do that. And I'm sure that John can handle it on his own. It's just nice to have
Yeah.
another person there. It's just, and we don't know if anybody's going to show up. I mean, that should be, those 2 weekends should be good because it's in conjunction with the garden club and the historical society. The one this Saturday is just us. So whether anybody shows or not, I don't know. But John and I are already signed up to do this one, so that's not a problem. But this is John's chance to see the script, so I have to have it all ready for Saturday.
That's this Saturday, right?
That is this Saturday, the 28th at 10 o'clock.
And this one is, you're doing it because
Because
it's,
John has never led one and he wants to know how to do it.
oh yeah, I need one of those too. If I can be there, I might tag along,
That
but
absolutely.
I'm
you're
not
welcome.
sure if I'm gonna be there. So
Okay, no, you're welcome to it.
yeah, I might have the granddaughter that day, but I'm not sure yet.
10 o'clock on Saturday. Bring her. I'll give her one of the one of the things that the hide and seek stuff. We can give her some colored pencils and she can paint a rock. There you go. Okay. Any other business?
Well, Tom had done some rain garden research, so.
Yeah, I just kind of found one particular website that had some plants on it that were, it had a bunch of more woody, shrubby type stuff that is seems like what we need. I mean,
Mhm.
the way the garden, we went and looked at it today, and the front edge looks beautiful with like some of the low stuff, and then it gets into some of the shrubs, but then the back is just, that's where you guys did a good job of clearing that out, but there's just, it needs taller stuff behind just to overtake and compete with all the invasives and the weeds. So
Absolutely.
so this list has a number of different ones that I'm familiar with. I mean, it has some of the smaller stuff and more flowery stuff, but I think if we kind of if I put together a list of ones that might work better for us, it'd probably be a good thing for us to think about adding to the garden.
That would be terrific. What is the best time of year to add those, Tom?
Well, I mean, this year is so dry, it might be difficult, but spring is usually a better time. I mean,
So we've got time then.
yeah, I mean, if we want, I mean, if we certainly could do some this fall, because you can plant right up until frost.
It's so dry.
It is so dry.
We're not planting anything, even our own, not moving anything around like we usually do in the fall because it's so dry.
Yeah, okay. So terrific, Tom. If you could make a list of them, that would be great.
do associated cost? Is that part of the list?
I could probably, it depends on the size of the plant, but
Yeah.
we could probably, I could probably put together some costs.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, because you'll need that for her next year's list.
Yeah.
And Sarah would benefit from some vague idea of, how much replacement trees or repair,
Yeah.
because she can be part of her report was, we want to do this in the spring. So it'd be the immediate, in the next 2 years, we want to put these things in to repair the rain garden, to make it more efficient and more attractive. So that would be helpful, Tom. Thank you. That would be great.
Okay.
Anything else? Anybody else got anything? Burning desires to talk about?
Well, actually, I mean, cost for something like this, I'm assuming that we'd be trying to do it ourselves. We're not gonna hire someone to do it.
Oh, no,
So
we
the
would plant it
cost is-
ourselves. I would
Cost is
assume.
gonna be
Just the plant.
the plant material, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kids love to plant things. So, getting a work group in to help us dig the holes or whatever is needed, they do love to put things in the ground and then come back and see them grow. And they get very upset if they come back and they're not doing well.
Did you want me to talk about that back of the rain garden now that you've got a lot of it down? Do you want me to have the guy zap that down to right to the ground?
I would think so.
Because that's mostly poison ivy back in there. And then that way, if we can get there early enough in the spring, we can get on top of it before it starts growing back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
sure. Why
Poison
not?
ivy, you wanna pull it out, right? Not just, I know. It's-
He cursed it for that.
That's
Yeah.
always my dilemma is like, when you have woody stuff that you want to get out of there, when you zap it to the ground, then you have nothing to pull, and it's harder
Nothing to
to
pull,
get it
right.
out than if you actually have something to pull.
Mm.
Well, maybe on Friday when I'm down there, I can do some pulling. I know we've got some woody stuff in the back there. We've got that creeping juniper thing or whatever it is back there that needs to come out. I can do some of that pulling on Friday.
Yeah, we can do some of that in October too,
Mhm. Yeah, because we're not going to get kids here until the 14th.
I wouldn't put the kids in a poison ivy place anyway. You don't know how they're gonna react.
Oh, you do. They're gonna get covered in poison ivy.
Horribly.
You know exactly how they're gonna react.
Mm.
They'll probably have flip-flops or something on,
You should see Kristen. She just goes in there and goes like this. I mean, she is amazing. It's like popping them, and I'm like, I've got my pliers with my gloves all the way up to here.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Denise, anything on your mind?
Yes. Philip, I've missed seeing you at BBD. That's on my mind.
Well, yeah, I haven't been able to come, but I'm gonna get back into it.
Yeah, because of your knee?
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
my knee. My brother has also been here for the last week.
Oh,
So
okay.
I didn't want to leave him alone in the house,
Yeah,
so that's why I haven't been there this last week.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it hasn't been
Well, I
like-
hope you're well for your trip, and if I happen not to see you, I hope you have a fantastic.
Yeah, bring back
time.
some news stories and pictures.
Oh, I will. Yes, I'm really excited about going. I've been talking with the tour guide who seems like a very enthusiastic, upbeat lady. And
Wonderful.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you. I probably will see you at BBD before I go, but
Okay.
anything else? No, thank you very much for doing this, Sarah.
Yeah, of course.
This is a major piece of work. So thank you for undertaking that. That's
Yeah,
true.
Sarah, feel free to reach out if you need any assistance or help or anything.
If I get if I get it done in chunks, maybe I'll email as I go along. That way I can get feedback quicker. But
Mhm.
Sure.
I won't get to it. I know I will not. I'm going away, so I won't get it to it until after the October 4th, probably. But I'll get it done for the October meeting. Now that I'm under pressure, it'll get done. I promise.
Deadline, yeah.
This all work. You're right. And Sandra, I'm
Yeah.
going to get that script to you because you had talked about maybe making a brochure out of it or doing.
Yeah.
I will just get you all the words and let you take a look at it and see what you'd want to play with.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Thank
Yep.
you.
And Sandra, if you're, we're headed out of town this Friday morning, but if in the month of October, if you are heading down to the Arboretum, if you just want to let me know at
Yeah.
BB or by an email, if I can come, I'd be happy to.
Yeah,
Come.
Kirsten or Philip or I, we usually just text and say, hey, I'm thinking about it, and whoever can come comes and whoever can't,
Yeah.
It's kind of like last minute usually.
Okay, okay, well.
Like a
keep me
day
in
or
the
two
loop.
in advance or whatever.
Okay, keep me in the loop. I'm happy to come chat.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
We are we are definitely a chatty group. We
A
are a
chatty
chatty group that had a lot of fun down there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all very much. Have a great weekend. Maybe I'll
Have a
see
good
somebody else.
trip.
Yeah,
Joy.
I hope we see you before then, but if not, have a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
night, everyone.
Bye.
Meeting.